Hey guys, Dave here. Welcome to the Centurion's Review. Today I'm going to be reviewing 4 Against the Titans from Ganesha Games. I had complained about this company with 4 Against Darkness, which was a good game. The thing I complained about is they didn't have a website. Well, now they have a website, so they got that going for them. But I got this game years ago, maybe, I don't know if it was 3 years ago, 5 years ago. Brought it with on a vacation, read about half the book on an airplane, and then meant to play the rest while I was on vacation. But as vacations go, I had a lot of fun, so I didn't get any chance to read the rest of the rules or play the game. So a few weeks ago, I finally got this out, read the rules, and started playing it. It's a pen and paper solitaire. They call it an RPG light adventure. There's really no role-playing elements, and it's closer to a board game. It's mostly just combat, but we'll go through the book now, and I'll tell you what I thought of it. Alright, this is 4 Against Darkness, the rule book. Let's take a quick look through it. On the back it just says it's a pen and paper adventure game designed for solitaire or RPG light cooperative game set in ancient Greece in a time of myths and legends. You play heroes from different character types to complete mighty quests and battle creatures such as centaurs, harpies, and manads, all in an attempt to defeat the Titans and forestall the destruction of Greece. Alright, starts with just an intro here, and now first thing you're going to want to do is create your 4 characters, and there's many different types. They all have special abilities and stuff. This is Child of Aphrodite, Goddess of Love and Beauty. Here's Child of Apollo. He has a bow. Not bowl, but bow, if I said that right. Child of Ares, God of Violence. This one has a trait, which is Rage. Child of Asclepius, God of Healing. This one is your healer for the party. Child of Dionysus, God of Wine and Theater. She can generate wine skins. And then you got Child of Hades, Lord of the Underworld. He can resurrect one player. Child of Hecate, God of Magic. This one has Fireball and potions, or poisons rather. And you got Child of Hermes, God of Travelers, Merchants, and Shepherds. This one has a sling, so it's a ranged weapon. Ranged weapons are important in this game. I'll explain in a minute. Child of Poseidon, God of Earthquakes and the Seas. Earthshaker may cause an earthquake, basically. And here's Child of Zeus, God of Thunder. And he has a thunderbolt. And these all have different attack modifiers and defense modifiers and stuff, which are often based on their level and stuff. Alright, so leveling up, each time the party kills a Titan or survives 10 encounters with monsters, one hero is eligible to be leveled up, and you have to roll to see if he levels up. So it's not automatic. Sometimes you roll bad and nothing levels up. Alright, here's your replacing dead heroes chart. You'll roll on that table to see who you recruit. So you don't really get a choice when one of your heroes dies and you go to replace them later. Alright, now it's getting into non-player characters. Here's your equipment. Equipment is very abstract. You got armor is armor. Bow is a bow. And then you got bread, cheese. Hand weapon is a hand weapon. Bread can be combined with cheese and a wineskin. All three has got to be consumed together, and it allows each hero in the party to regain 1 life. Alright, you got a large shield, light hand weapon, sling, small shield, spear. Spear can also be thrown, but then you don't have a spear anymore. And there's also a 2-handed weapon and a wineskin here. And each hero can carry up to 4 weapons. And one has to be the default weapon that you automatically have in your hand. If you want to switch weapons later, you can, but that uses a combat round to do so. Alright, you can sell equipment that you find or that you no longer need to get O-balls. O-balls are their type of monetary currency in this. So when you encounter monsters, each monster has its own table, and on the table you may not just automatically fight the monster. In some cases you do, but oftentimes if you roll something on the table, you might roll where you just bribe it, or you might roll it where you have to fight it, or fight to the death, flee, or flee if outnumbered. So it's not automatic combat. Or you can even, and on some of them, you can even roll well enough to invite the party to rest in their grotto. But the problem with that is any NPCs with the party also recover 2 wounds when they're in the grotto. However, before departing, roll 1d6 for each NPC and a roll of 1. The NPC abandons their mission in the party. Alright, so who fights whom and when? If you get a ranged weapon such as a bow or a sling, you get to attack first, then the bandits go, and the titans and monsters. And now all surviving heroes now attack using melee weapons. Alright, any surviving opponents and heroes now alternately attack each other until one side flees or is defeated. Attacking, you must roll the level of the opponent to wound it. And if the attack goes multiple times over an opponent's level, then it causes more than 1 wound, so you can cause 2, 3 wounds, whatever. Alright, if a group of bandits or monsters loses their morale, then they have to do a morale roll and see what happens. Basic difference between bandits and monsters in this is bandits generally don't have loot. Alright, when a titan loses more than half its life points, its level drops immediately, and it must make a morale roll. Alright, and when you're attacked by the enemy, you just roll a defense roll, and you have to roll above the level of the opponent to successfully defend. And here's rules about running away from an encounter. And moving around the map. At the beginning, you'll start in a certain city, and you'll make your way to another city where you hopefully get a quest. Alright, when you visit a city, you can go to inns, gymnasiums. Inns are where you sleep and recover hit points. A shrine where you can leave offerings. Or the city marketplace where you can buy stuff. And when you get to a city, oftentimes you may have to fight something when you get... In some cities you'll get a temple quest, so you'll roll on this table to see what the quest is. Like for this one, High Priest requires a votive offering of 1d3 times 100 obols to secure a blessing for the party. And a bunch of others here. You might have to kill a titan, or so on and so forth. Alright, so when you're journeying, you'll roll on the journey table. And if you roll 1 or 2, you'll then roll on the wilderness encounter table. If you get a 5 or 6, you just go to where you need to be. On a 3, the 2d6 bandits attack you. These ones actually have treasure -1. Alright, and then if you take a sea journey, it's got its own special table there too. Wilderness table, different things can happen to you. You might meet a lone traveler. Might meet a traveling merchant, all sorts of stuff. Alright, as far as monsters... Alright, so you roll on this table to see what kind of monster it is, and that gives you its reactions here and so on and so forth, and maybe some special rules too. Here's the Titan table. These are the tough guys. There's one quest where you have to kill a Titan, so in that case you're going around the map hoping to encounter one. Here's a strange island table. You'll roll on this. You may get a unique item or whatever. Here's a storm table if you're at sea. And here's your treasure table. You roll on that when it's time to get treasure. And there's some unique items here. When you're told that you got a unique item, you just roll 1d6 and use that table. Alright, and here it talks about the different regions of Greece. They all have a city in them. So you'll roll when you get there and see what happens. That's Anatolia, Argolid, Arcadia, Asia, Attica, Boeotia. I wonder if that's actually, they mean Boeotia, but Crete, we all know where that is. Cyclades, Epirus, Isthmus, Laconia, and there's Olympus. I think to get to Olympus, you have to have a certain number of blessings to get there. And you get blessings by completing quests. And here's Paeonia, Phocis, Thessaly, Thrace. That does not look like a Thracian. Alright, and here's your combat summary chart here. And a pronunciation guide, which is a good thing because some of this stuff's hard to pronounce. So yeah, it is Boeotia. Okay. It's got your sequence of play here and stuff. Hero defense modifiers, armor defense modifiers, and weapon attack modifiers. And in the back here is a little sheet you can use to create your party. And it keeps track of your quest, titans that you're fighting, or killed monsters and NPCs and so on and so forth. And there's the map of the Greek Isles. Alright, we'll go to the review portion now. It's the only game I've ever played where you're better off having the PDF than the actual book. Reason for that being is the tables are all throughout the book and stuff. They're not like all at the end or anything, so you're doing like a lot of flipping while playing the game and stuff. Whereas if you got the PDF version, well then you can just print it out and cut out the charts and stuff, and it'll be easier to play. So this is the only game I've ever had where I'd rather have the PDF than the actual book. As far as the gameplay, it's pretty similar to 4 Against Darkness. Maybe a little bit more depth to the quests. But I actually preferred 4 Against Darkness because you're kind of making the map as you're going along and stuff. But this game itself isn't bad. Who would this be ideal for? Ideal for someone who likes, I guess, probably like role-playing games or board games and just wants to play something solitary. And there's no components needed. I mean, it's all done with pen and paper. So overall, I'd say not as good as 4 Against Darkness, but good enough. I'd rate this as somewhere between fair and good. It's not bad. It's just not as good as 4 Against Darkness. But thanks for watching and have a good day.